Funketeers. Tim here tonight. Sorry about the late start. Just for a little bit of an explanation, you might see a light coming from this direction. I've got my PC running. However, just as I was about to try to go live, I began to have issues with trying to. Remember, because I told you guys I intend to work on both my PC and my Mac, so I can show how I work in 2D, 2.5D, as well as working with 3D in Unreal Engine. Now, I was using Unreal Engine on Friday. Unfortunately, my Mac, which is it's an M4, it's a great machine. It's just that trying to run that, Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint, Bridge, and all of the other applications in addition to Unreal is a bit much. And so that will be Unreal. I want that to be a strictly uh, uh, PC based action. However, I want to be able to run everything from this guy here that you're looking at. Now let me see if my image is okay. So okay, we're going good there. Also, let's see if my close-up is running well. Yes, my close-up is running well. However, here, that's one thing. Let me turn that. Whoops. Let's hang on 1 second, guys. We're going to line that. Nope. We're going to flip, because I got a little issue. Sorry about that. Flip vertical, and I think we're good there. All right, we're good. All right, we are good. Here, I need to do the same thing here. Let's go back here to this guy. Flip vertical. Okay, good. So we are working right. You guys should be able to see both my desktops. This is live drawing with Tim Fielder for Diesel Funk. You can see here, this is was my setup that I was showing just a moment ago. So I've been trying to figure that part out with the, I want to stream from both devices because I don't think it requires a connecting unit other than the HDMI cable is going to the PC. But no worries about that. We got time to figure that out. The only thing that is somewhat distressing, by the way, so I'm working with actually two different keyboards. This keyboard and the keyboard here that you guys see here. So I'm going to set this down for a second. I have spent so much time cleaning because I told you guys I was going to get that ready. And I am almost ready. But for the moment, of course, just as soon as I did that, now I have, of course, lost track of my stylus. So I'm going to look underneath my thing here and try to see if I can find my damn stylus. Where in the world? This is, oh God, it's going to be one of those days, huh? Is it going to be one of those days, guys? Looks like it's going to be one of those days. That's all right. It's okay. And of course, just as soon as I lost my stylus, I found this piece here that I've been looking for weeks, which is the holder for my pen. Yes, that is what you're talking about, the height of efficiency. I'm joking. Not efficiency. All right, there you go. Right. That should fit. No? Okay, where is it? Okay, let's go here. There we go. Right there. All right. So, other than that, I have no idea where my stylus is. Oh, why does this happen? Okay. That is not good. However, as Tim will do, I have multiple styluses because y'all know how I am with this kind of stuff. Mr. Super Disorganized. Pull it up there a little bit. There we go. And so now we got this guy here. All right, now let's see if this works. Yes, it does work. Okay, good. So we are not dead today. We are still alive. Okay. So we are going to now jump right into, I'm going to make this an abbreviated stage since I started so late here. And go here, we're going to do a little bit of comic work. Go here, open recent, comic rough breakdowns. This is good. All right, I'm going to move this over, guys. You all know my standard drill. Also, while I'm doing this, my daughter warned me, who I love so much. She yeah, I know as a father, I get on her last nerves. I know I do. However, I had to call her the other day, and I had to say, babe, you know, what am I doing wrong? Where can I improve? And she told me. She said, Dad, well, I'm paraphrasing here. She said, I'm not going to sit up for 5 hours and watch you do tutorials. She said, I'd rather see you start the drawing, leave, take care of something else, and come back. So that is, hey, well, she's not a babe. You know how they say truth from the mouth of babes? She's not a babe. She's a grown woman. She does what she wants to do. But I have taken what she said to heart. So moving forward, I'm going to try to talk about, I will, of course, I can't help myself. I am a teacher. I'm going to do some little stuff here, and I will go through my process. But I will try to talk about many different subjects. I'll try to avoid most politics. I will try to avoid these type of things. I will talk about movie reviews while I'm working on my stuff. I will try to talk about things that are important to me, lifestyle, so on and so forth, and try not to get too personal, but personal enough. Okay, enough of that. All right, so let's start with health. All right, my health. Uh, you know, what can I say about my health? Uh, and sure, I will say. So if you guys look at me here, let me show my face here. This will be good. Straight ahead. Now you see my face. So my face is kind of much thinner than it was. It's because as of yesterday morning, I hit 228 pounds from a height last year of about 255, 260. So I had gotten really big over the years, because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. There was a point where I dropped down back in like 2023 to like 243, but that was after an entire year of doing intermittent fasting. And then in 2024, I fell off the wagon and I was working, doing a lot of traveling with the graphic history company, and it caught up with me. So by the end of 2023, I had was moving to stroke territory. It was not a good look, a good thing, but they got me. And apparently, I was put on blood pressure pills. And I just say this: a lot of people apparently this is not a unusual thing. What I'm on amlodipine and lorsoxin. I'm mispronounced because I always have issues pronouncing this kind of stuff. But the interesting thing about it is that, let me go back to my desktop here so you guys can see what I'm working on while I'm talking about my health, and I'll just keep working here. So what can I say? I gotten my heart rate was so high at one point. We went to the urgent care center, and the person was looking at my blood pressure. And the guy behind the desk, who's the on-site nurse, basically told me, "Look, you're in stroke land. You need to go to the emergency room right now." So I did, and for that year, I was on all of 2024. I was on blood pressure medication. I would have the occasional setback, and at the end of 24, I was okay. I was much better. But I was always doing a metric ton. I did so much travel in 24 with the Graphic History Company. And by the way, let me take this moment here. This is the Graphic History of Hip Hop book I did with Brother Dr. Walter Grayson from Macalester College. We actually had a meeting tonight because everybody was getting ready for the Future Waves Festival, sponsored by Graphic History Company in conjunction with Black Speculative Arts Movement, Ronaldo Anderson, his group, and there's going to be a thing in Dakar, Senegal. Anyway, so I've been doing a metric ton of traveling. I didn't realize that you could develop blood clots if you're not moving on those planes, and particularly if you're not exercising. And I was the type of idiot that at the beginning of 2025, I created a Zoom group. We called it Zoom Tune. Zoom Tune. And Zoom Tune was designed to go from 10 in the morning to 10 in the evening. I've talked about this before. And for about a month, almost 2 months, I was uber productive. I was banging out pages, getting work done. But I wasn't extra, so I wasn't doing anything. Right? And eventually it catches up with you. So I almost jumped on a plane to a film festival I was scheduled for. And I think that the day before I had gone to a book reading with Natasha Womack's Afrofuturist Evolution. Oh, that book here? Yeah, I did. Wait. I don't know what it is. I'll show it eventually. But hold on one second. Let me check to see if everybody can see what in the heck is going on here. Okay, we're good there. Yep, we're good. Okay, we're good here. All right, LinkedIn is moving along just nicely. LinkedIn is moving. Twitch is moving. And Kick is moving. Going here. All right, drawing. Okay, that's good. All right, good about that. All righty. Let me just let's go here. So I'll duplicate this. Go back to Facebook. I'm going to make sure that this is showing here on. Wish there was a way to more effectively show that to my regular page. That's probably a way to set it up. I need to figure out what I'm doing here. Let's go here. We'll go Tim Fielder. All right, let's see what the. Okay, it is there now, so that's good. Probably should just include my username here in this. All right, anyway, so we are where we are. So we know that that's showing for right now. Let's go here, desktop. Hang on one second, guys. Oh yeah, we're gonna go and share it. We're gonna go and share it because we can. Paste and paste. There we go. Next, then post. Yes, and for you guys who don't know, I do different types of streaming. Today I did a piece on LaRussell, which I do my weekly portrait series. I don't know who I'm going to draw this week, but we'll figure it out as we get along here. Oh, this is where I'm actually trying to find tutorials. All right, let's see here. Let's go to Sister Sci-Fi, Isis. I spoke with her the other day. Hopefully, got some collaborations that we might work on. We'll see. Don't want to assume anything. Let's see here. We're gonna go to home. That's my brother. His piece has been put up there. I'll go check that out in a bit. But first, I'm gonna go to my profile. And here it is. Funketeers, Tim Fielder back with the next episode of Diesel Funk Dispatch. To this. Oh, greetings, Diesel Funketeers. Tim Fielder back with the next episode of Diesel Funk Dispatch, featuring LaRussell. LaRussell is an American rapper and entrepreneur based out of Vallejo, California. The one thing that's very interesting about LaRussell is he seems to have figured out the key to being successful in the mainstream music industry by being independent. Quite fascinating. I love the way he maneuvers through social media spaces, through the music space, through the marketing space, and he's all inclusive. I suspect this technique also has applications for the book publishing and film industries. I'm paying attention. LaRussell. Peace. Okay, that was fun to do that. Oh, this is my brother here. Oh, let's go back here. I'll go take a look at that. But one of the things I do, let's go to View Insights. LaRussell. All right, we're going to pause that. And let's go to Insight. Oh, we have 164 views. Whoa. Okay, we're going to turn that down a little bit there. 164 views. 78.5. Wow. Yes, this is crazy, crazy feedback here. I don't know if that's going to help. We'll see if it does. I'm going to set this right here. Okay, hopefully that'll make a difference. But we have 78. Let me turn this down because Mel is cranking. That audio be cranking. Hello, hello. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, good. Okay, we did it again. Here, nope. All right, we need to go here, flip vertical. There we go. I don't know why that turned right back around. That's okay. All right, good. Sorry that was upside down, guys. That's right. Let's go to Instagram here. I know this woman here. She's a stalker, Melanie Maria Goudreau. I don't know what's up with her. She keep following me around. Let's see here. We got live streaming going well here. All right, now I don't know who's listening tonight, but I'm going to make an announcement here. Moving forward, probably today, I have decided because I had to do an assessment of where I was with my projects, right? With this streaming thing. I had a conversation earlier today with one of my colleagues, and what we realized is that, yeah, sure, why not? I might as well say it. What we realized, if you look at this, the story that should terrify the American comics company, comics industry, and they're talking about how Shonen Jump, right, in conjunction, with they are making moves um, into the American market, and the American market is not, they're not ready for to develop and to nurture the kind of environment that 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 books are doing. They can't do it. They can't do it. And I understand why they can't do it because the culture has not been cultivated, and that's okay. I don't mind that. I don't care that anime comics can put out, or at least manga can output, 20 pages a week, which I think is insane. But that's how they built their market. It's a very, very tough market. And yes, at the age of 59, I can also admit there was a point when I was a very, very young man where I considered going to Japan to actually live there and to try to become a manga artist. I don't know what my life would have been like had I done that. But I would say that I am a uh, apostle of European comics, where you might release one album a year, right? Hopefully, with the utilization of different technologies out there, I may find myself in a position where I can use that technology to speed up my process. Because the reality is, I love Jeff Kinney's work. I love Charlie Cochran, who's his editor at Abrams. But his work is very, very simple, stick figures, and there's a power in that. I'm not doing stick figures. I'm doing highly developed, highly detailed work, and I would like to keep some context within that. I would like to be able to continue to do that. So these are the type of things I'm concerned about. Anyway, back to health. So I got really, really weak going to that book event, and virtually everything that I was trying to do had become really, really difficult. Like incredible. I mean, that final day, I'd gotten out of the bed and just walking from the bed 4 feet around the edge of the door and sitting down was like climbing, it was like lifting a boulder. I literally almost didn't make it. And so my wife uh, helped me get to the urgent care center. As soon as I walked in, they checked me. They're like, "You got to go to the emergency room." So I went there, and that, without going in, well, I will go into detail a bit, but I would just say um, that was amongst the most painful 2 weeks of my life. I have never been poked and prodded and had so many different things done to me. Woo! Some of the stuff, at least one or two things, is, well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good for me to just announce it. So I thought the A line is where they cut open your wrist here. Like they cut it open. I don't know if you guys can see that. And instead of creating a port that goes into your vein, they put a port that goes into your artery. And I have never experienced such pain in my life. And it wasn't like they put the port in there, they set it in there. They set the port in my wrist, and they had to suture the port so it would move around. So I was like Frankenstein. And even though they gave you stuff to deaden it, there's only so much deadening they can do. So that was ridiculously painful. And this is completely separate from the probably 50 times I had been jabbed with needles. I've been jabbed in the stomach with a needle because they had to do it twice. They had to get into the subcutaneous flesh of my abdomen. Now, you might say, okay, Tim, why are you telling us this? I'm telling you this as a warning to visual artists that sit down all day. Human body is not made to do that. Yes, I'm sitting down now, but it's like I have to do walks now. I did 9 miles almost on Saturday. Sunday, I took the day off yesterday. And today, I ironically took the day off because my wife just got in and last night, and I was out really late tonight. I like to get my walks done earlier in the day because it frees my day up. Anyway, all of this to say, those things were horrible. But I was in the ICU, so I was really cared for during that period. It was really quite, I could rock with it a bit. But then, the last 3 days, I was in a room where one guy, brother, was homeless. And, well, yeah, it was an African brother, and he was homeless. He was in a 3-day argument with, there were 4 of us in the room. One dude was in the bed. He was out of sorts. He almost barely moved. His family would come see him. But this other dude was a Jewish guy who was a racist who kept telling the brother from Africa, go back to Africa, right? But what he was doing, he was in an argument, so he kept trying to blame the African guy that this dude was still in part of his wheelchair, right? And the first day I was like, cool. Second day I was like, oh, this kind of know. By the third day I was like telling my wife, get me out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And thank God they released me and I was out of there. Now, final thing on this, I can go into details. And this is gonna be terrible. And if there are any young kids, maybe turn them away. So all of that pain, coming back, getting one, checkup after the other. I thought I had relapsed at one point when I got out of the hospital, and I could not stand up. I literally could not stand up without severe pain. But I knew I was at a crossroads. It was either you're gonna stay standing up and train yourself to walk again, or you're gonna lay down and your quality of life will just downshift the gear and you'll be stuck there for years, possibly never to recover. And I knew I had to change something. So I began to slowly build my walking up while enduring numerous medical things. They have me on Eliquis, which is the blood thinner. And I began to slowly but surely retrain myself, get my stamina. I remember that first day I did a half mile. I'd stopped 4 times because I was so tired. It was so difficult. But I kept going. Each day I would add a little bit more. Like I remember when I did that first half mile without stopping. That was major. And I kept going. And I would say about 3 weeks in, I was back up to a mile. And slowly I began to build 2 miles. And I was there for about 2 months. 2 miles was it. I would do 2 miles. And I began to slowly lose weight. So just getting out of the hospital, I hit like 246, 245. So I lost 10 pounds just from the moment I went into the hospital. 244, I was like that. And then I said, well, okay, I got to keep doing something, and I would, lose and gain and lose and gain. But I was sub 250. And probably by July, I was at 3 pounds, 3 miles. I would generally go around the Jacqueline and Manassas Reservoir in Central Park to do my walks. And about a month ago now, I would say about 3 weeks ago, almost a month, I began to push myself to say, okay, because I was losing weight. I hit the upper 230s, 230s, 9 to 237. I was kind of stuck there for several weeks, which is fine. It's my set point. But even I know, even at 6'4", it was just too much weight to carry. So I kept walking, but I upped everything to 5 miles a day. And I've been doing 5 miles a day now for about most days. I might take a day, maximum two, no more than that, off per week. And I had lost so much weight there to where I had hit 228.5 on Saturday, and I took a break, and then this morning I was 228. Now I'm sure I may have gained a pound back because I didn't walk today, but the thing was I only really ate 2 meals. I ate breakfast, went all day without really eating anything else. I had coffee, obviously, coffee addict. And then by the end of the day, I checked, by Monday morning, it said 228. So I am happy. My goal weight for me right now, beyond drinking the water, and I'm on 2 blood pressure medications and Eliquis. Next month they'll let me know if I'm off the Eliquis. But the only way to get myself in that condition, I got to continue to work out. I'd done strength training for a while, but I had burned out several months ago. So now I just do the walking. So my goal is to get myself probably, I don't know if I'm 220, if I'll be 225 or 220, because I'm 6'4" basically. And 210 is too thin for me, even though I've been that way before. But it was many, many years ago when I first met my wife. We first started dating. God, that was 13, almost 14 years ago. But and I'm gonna get to drawing in a second because, okay, this guy. Hello, Chris Ryan. How you doing there? Vakaram. Hello, Vakaram. I don't know who that is. Nice, dope name. Yeah. So I did that and found myself in a position where, like I said, I'm going to get to 225, but I want to get to 220, and then I will start doing the strength training to build the muscle. Because I'm at the age now I have to watch how much muscle loss I experience. But I'm just trying to get the weight off. And right now at 228, I've hit a major goal. I haven't been 228 since 2013, maybe 2013. But the goal is to get between 215 to 225. That 10-pound range allows me, as long as I keep my exercising going, allows me to be able to work out, do what I need to do, have my stamina up, and be able to withstand, to be able to do the work. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. And you might say, "Oh, Tim, that doesn't seem too bad." Okay, so here we go. One of the procedures, like the colonoscopy, that's bad, but you don't remember anything because they put you under and they give you a colonoscopy. And the echo something other thing, it's like you're awake, but you barely feel anything, right? Or was I don't know? I can't even remember those things. You're in, the next thing you know, you lose track of 2 hours. The worst one was when they had to insert a camera into my genitalia. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot express to you. They said, "Oh, it'll just be uncomfortable." I peed blood for 2 to 3 days after. It is not uncomfortable. It's painful. Now they had to deaden it so it wasn't as painful as it could have been, but oh my God. Any men get get up off your butt and start walking. You don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. I'm saying this is a public service announcement, particularly to a bunch of brothers who, hey, you know, I'm prime suspect number one. Didn't really check his, health out. I didn't do any of that. I didn't take care of myself. I mean, I do half, but there's always half measures, right? Right. You do intermittent fasting, but you're not watching what you're eating, right? And that's okay if you want to lose weight, but the loss is really, really slow. So doing intermittent fasting and walking and trying to eat clean is the way. And so that's what I express to you guys and relay that to you. You do not want a camera put into what the hell. You don't want a camera in your penis. How about that? Don't do it. It is painful. It is highly uncomfortable. It's not like they're cutting it off, but certain things are not meant to go in. They're meant to go out. And I tell women what happened to me, and they wince. Ooh. I'm like, what are you doing that for? You don't have yeah, I have male genitalia. What are you talking about? It's because it's about as painfully uncomfortable as it sounds. And you don't want none of this. So I debated about expressing that. Whether or not that's something I should talk about. But I think perhaps, why am I here if I'm not here trying to share information that can help people? So, yeah, you don't want none of this. Get up, walk. You should, I think, as much as you can, you should be walking at least 1 mile over the course of a day, 3 times a week. And that's not a lot. That's nothing. You can walk a mile in 15 minutes, slow. So yes, that is what I'm telling people, particularly a lot of black men out there, because you all know how we are about our health. That's something you do. Get your prostate checked out, all that type of stuff. I've done it. I'm no angel when it comes to this. Hello, Adorned in Taji. Hello, Adorned in Taji. How you doing? So yeah, do it, guys. Don't goof around on that. Do it. All right. So it's 10:29. I've talked not enough. I'm gonna keep talking about stuff here. But what I'm gonna do here? Oh, I've been looking at this Kai Cenat guy. What in the world is going on with that? What is going on with that? I was talking to my wife. I was like, "What's going on with that?" Then I was talking to my daughter. I was like, babe, I'm trying to do this whole IRL thing, but I can't do that. She said, well, you're too old for that. And that was the one time I said, you're 1,000% correct. I could not do what Kai Cenat does. I don't even want to do that. Anyway, so we're going to now pop here. All right, so we went to the thing, we hear the cry. Remember, let's go here, have a quick review. We go here, have a quick cry, right? He hears the cry, hello, hello, hello. He looks back, he turns the car around, drives up, and he goes to the front of the house. The door opens, and he's wondering what's going on. He looks up the stairwell. There's the woman. Then here, they're talking to each other, figuring things out. Okay, now, so I'm going to have to tighten the drawings up a little bit, but we'll be okay. We're just trying to bang this stuff out there. And it is now 10:31. I will not go farther than 11, maybe. And again, I must apologize to you guys for starting so late. With that, I have made the decision that I will probably stop streaming at nighttime and begin my stream early in the day. My thought is to do my stream probably starting around 1 or 2 o'clock. And I can go from 1 to 5 or 6. I'll go from 2 to 5 or 6. Basically 4 to 5 hours of continuous streaming 5 days a week because I'm working anyway. Again, my theory with this type of stuff is I will show how I'm doing my work, but I will do my work in such a way where I'm just doing it online, and I will broadcast and showcase a little bit of what I'm doing. So these are the things that I'm intending to work on, intending to showcase. So that is the decision that I have made, and it'll be a test. It'll be a test. I'll try it for a week, or a few days, starting probably tomorrow. Because one, it allows me to have my morning, do my walk, connect with my wife, do whatever clerical stuff I need to do, then start working, 4 to 5 hours a day, which is a nice chunk of time. And then when I finish that, I can work on other stuff that I'm not able to show, and also be able to have my evenings to myself, Alien Earth, and there we go. So this is the decision that I've made. I've been at the streaming thing now, going for about 3. Well, I'm in my 3rd month now, so I think it's useful to be able to do this, and then to pull back and reassess. So my thing is, if I want more people to have access to what I do, it should probably be when they're awake. Because right now, folks are, they're not asleep. They're like, yeah, I'm not staying up till 10 or 11 at night, or even 8 o'clock at night. I got other stuff I'm doing. But folks might be willing to, if they're at their job or what have you, doing their thing, they might be willing to rock with me at that time. Also, we have one issue here. I'm suddenly realizing that my power supply for my laptop has popped out. So let's connect this here for one moment. Knew something was weird, but why is that looking low? Because your power. There we go. So we're back in beeswax again. Okay, there we go. All right. LinkedIn is good. YouTube is good. Instagram is good. And Facebook, for whatever crazy reason, appears to remain good. Okay, so let's go back here. So this is where she dragged him through the great silken hangings to where beneath the sheen of mahogany and silver, a French maid. Right? So we're going to go here. And I'm going to take this pen. I'm going to go here. Right? A little French maid lay stretched in quiet, everlasting sleep, and near her the butler lay prone in his livery. The tears streamed down the woman's cheek, and she clung to his arm until the perfume of her breath swept his face, and he felt the tremors racing through her body. Okay, so this is what we'll do. I think here we're going to have a hallway, right? That hallway's like that. Put a curtain there, so it's kind of, right? And I'm going to have her walking here. All right, here you go. She's pointing. All right. And then we'll have the guy there walking behind her. So she's pointing him to the way. Right? There we go. All right, so that's pretty cool, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break this off here, and I am actually going to move, whoops, go here. I'm going to move this over there. All right there, yeah, that's good. That's great. And D. All right, we're going to erase here. So again, my announcement is that I am going to begin streaming in the daytime moving forward. I think perhaps there's something there. We will see. All right, so now we're going to go here. We have a door here. Windows or a little artwork. So here's where she's taking them down the hallway. Right? Yep, like that. So we got that widescreen where she's saying, she's dragged him to the right. And then we're gonna go to 4 panels here. One. Whoops, hang on. Let's go in the middle here. Oops. Again, I gotta not be too precious with this stuff here. And you know what? I think because I can, I'm gonna put a frame here on the bottom. Right there. Right? Because here I'm trying to, even though it's not a lot of writing in certain sense, what it is that there is a sort of, there's a chance to build character through subtle actions. Okay? So they walk into the room. The room is here. All right, let's do this. Okay? And there's my man behind her. And then the room here. So they're now in the room. Okay, this will be great. So we have this here. I'll put the kind of a bed spread right on the edge there. So watch this, guys. So we do this shot, and then we go here. You see the bed. I'll put the over the shoulder here at the bottom. The woman, dude here. Right? We have a bedspread or bed here. We look. Dead woman made. Yep. See? Maid's quarters. Okay. So we got those 2 shots. Next shot is I will now go back to this. Right? The tears streamed down the woman as she clung her arm. Right. So we're gonna do this. Now, looking at this here. That's what I'm gonna do. Well, let's see here. We could always move these back around here. Let's see. Yes. So I'm gonna go here. Hands covering her face. Yep. Okay. All right, do. All right. All right. And then we go here to another one where we show the guy on the floor here. This is the butler dead on the floor. Put the dead right here. Put the woman's head here. Yep. Great. All right. Yes. Yes. So you all see what's happening. We're taking these moments to show different components of visual storytelling. All right. 10:42. We're making good time. Hello, Keith Cross. How you doing, brother? Good to see you there. So here, let me refresh this here a little bit, man. A little bit. Sorry, my chin was itching there. A little bit. All right, now here's what we're going to do. So, so here's where we're going to go. We're going to end this. So we're going to take my man's hands here. This is her shoulder. This woman's pretty distraught here because everybody's dead. Okay, so there we go. He's trying to comfort her. All right, so we got that. Now, next up, old-fashioned dark room. Now, here's the thing about this. She's a photographer, but let me take a look here. We're going to say 19th century dark rooms for photography. All right, look at that. That's an interesting image, but I think we should go here. Ah, this looks great. So these are the type of things that I think, yeah, I'm liking that one. That looks cool there. How about this one? That looks interesting. I like that shot there. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna set, we're gonna use this image here. That's what we're gonna do. Just like that. We go here to copy image. Watch this. Okay, there we go. Man T. Good there. Actually, you know what? Just take this right here. We'll just go with a wide shot like that. I'm gonna reduce this down in resolution here. I think I'm gonna get rid of that right there. We're gonna go here. Yep, that's pretty good. like the room there, but one of the things I think I need to do is Command T. Drop that down right there. And I'm going to flip this. Command T. Flip horizontal. Okay, good. Right there. Now watch what I'm going to do here, guys. Take this. Right. So now we go right here. Yep. Here. I'm going to have them walk into the room here. And this is a red room. This is a dark room. Yeah, one of the reasons why the person who I was really styling the woman after was Louise Brooks. First, you would think I knew who Louise Brooks was, and I didn't for a while until my friend Floyd sort of introduced me to who she was. So that's Louise Brooks. And I thought to myself it'd be interesting to do someone who looks like her but with blonde hair. I think that is the way to rock. I really do. Because we want to be able to get someone familiar. And I think if someone taking the classic beauty of a Louise Brooks, but changing her into a blonde with the same stylings, I think, and then matching her with a kind of young Morgan Freeman type would be fascinating to see. All right, so anyway, now we're going to erase this here. Go to brush. Okay. Oh, probably would help too. There we go. Again, we don't need the drawing to be perfect, just to get the basic gestures. Okay. There we go. Right there. Okay, so we got that shot. So that's the establishing shot of them walking in. Let's see here. Right over the shoulder shot of the guy. We have her here talking. Right? All right. So this is good. Then I'm gonna do her here. So I'm gonna do this talking here, letting her know I've seen no one else alive other than you. Yeah. here, what I'll do, there he is, top one part. Alright. Alright, so this is where they're topping. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's good. Now here, alright, so now here's going to be kind of interesting. I go here, and the reason why I'm breaking these up like this because I really want to get through the story. Alright, there we go. See, grasp and okay. Right. Okay. All right. All right. I think we might be good there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna move this one down here. Yes. Okay. All right. Good. I'm gonna take the stairs here. Go here. Bar here. I'm gonna have her walking down the stairs. Talking about there's a swifter way because he's saying we need to go to Harlem first. All right. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Not bad. Let's check out Instagram here. Again, as I told everyone, I will begin doing my drawing sessions during the day, starting tomorrow. try to, hello, Dr. Rowe, how you doing? So again, I will be doing my live streaming earlier in the day, starting around between 1 and 3, probably. And that 1 and 3 will allow me to get, a nice good 5 hours of work done during the day. So it creates, again, continuous accountability loop, but it does it when there's a larger pocket of time. But the good thing is it gives me my mornings back. It gives me, I already have my mornings. It allows me to do my mornings, but it really gives me my evenings back. And there are things, one, I'm tired of going to sleep at midnight or 12:30 at night. Thank God I've been working out to kind of counter the effects of that. That is one thing I need to do. Now, where's my water? I have my water in here. It's gone right now. Okay, I'll find it. Here it is. Also, this studio, I recorded myself cleaning the studio. This studio is about 70% done in terms of the mess here. Let's see if I can show you guys this right here. Maybe this will be good to show you. My studio, I have a lot of stuff on the floor, and I don't mind showing you here. I think it'll be good. Let's go to straight ahead. And I'll move that. Of course, here is my studio here with the items that you generally see. Actually, that's kind of a cool camera angle. And then I have here my workspace, everything that I'm doing. This is my laptop where you can see me working from the kind of slight overhead view. This is me, obviously, how y'all doing. And if I turn to the left here, this is the rest of my studio. As you can see here, there are items on the floor here. I'm getting that cleaned up. That's my PC there. And that PC here. Let's see here. Hit the space bar here. It should open up. There we go. Right. Let me turn this away. But anyway, so there we go. So that's my PC. Now, you might say, well, Tim, your PC is kind of caught in the corner. I want to run it with this guy. So I'm going to get it so that the Cintiq is running the PC. So my mouse, this mouse here, all this stuff will be mapped to the PC, or it might even require that I do two mice, computer mice, mouse, whatever. And now here is where the issues are. There was stuff all over the floor. I have my bookshelf there. I have my bike, as you guys can see on the bikes. I actually have 2 bikes. I put most of the bags away, but over in the corner there, right over there, I got to put that away. It's like a little garbage, not much, but, and then I have these last little items here on the floor. Equipment, mostly cables, and of course that's my mic there. Again, I told you guys, it's part of our ongoing thing with me. It's like, when will this guy ever replace his mic? But that is how my studio is set up. And once I get this straight, I'll be using this guy here as well as my other stuff. So that is what I'm doing. It's important for me to get that aspect done so you guys can see how I utilize 3D modeling, Unreal Engine, and so on and so forth. But I think I just wanted to show you to let you know that I'm not just talking. Also, me telling you that creates, again, an accountability loop that allows it, forces me to say, hey, yeah, you guys have seen what I say I'm going to do. Now my job is to show you what I'm doing. I'm horrible with that type of stuff, but I'm trying my best, really, really trying my best to get better. Okay, let's go back here to Mail Studio. Whoop, didn't mean that. Not mean that. Hold on, this here. I have to shut some apps down because you really don't want those open. All right, cool. So now we're going to go to Mail Studio. All right, let's see, y'all. All right, everything seems to be going okay, so I'm happy about that. All right, Instagram is still rocking. Facebook is still rocking. trying to decide who I'm going to do. Like I said, I did LaRussell this time, and between now and Friday, I'm going to do someone else. I don't know who that would be. On one end, I'm inclined to do someone new. On the other end, I'm debating about taking a portrait that I had done before that I had not actually used to do that. And so here's what I'm thinking about doing. Let me see if I can go here. Let's go back to my desktop. All right, you guys see this? So one of the guys who's he's an interesting character. It's got Alex Hormozi. I had done a portrait of him a while ago, and I put it up. I don't know if anyone had paid attention to the Hormozi. Okay, that didn't work out. Let's go here. Hormozi. All right, let's see here. We're going through the stuff here. I did a portrait of him. Is that it? That's weird. But I had done a portrait of him, and I've been thinking about repurposing that image to do a Diesel Funk Dispatch episode. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the catalog here, Pixel Portraits. Because again, I've been doing portraits for years. And part of what I do when I put this type of stuff together is to enjoy the process of showcasing how I do portraiture. Let's see here. Here it is, people portraits. All right, let's go here. Hormozi. Yep. All right, let's try it again. I did Alex Ross. I might actually end up using him as well. Because the portrait I've done on him, I kind of did that stuff before, but didn't put it with a description of who it is. But let's see here. There's Mark Derry, Joy Reid, Jimmy Carter, Jerome Collette, my good friend from Ubisoft back when I worked in the gaming industry. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how to do that. Let me just do this last thing for Moser. Here we go. This image here. This is the image that I'm thinking about. I actually took my reference, and this is the image I'm thinking about using. And I did this way back in 2023, but at the time, I was doing kind of portraiture, but this guy, Alex Hormozi, is ridiculously built. But I thought it might be cool to showcase this portrait with the voiceover that I do. But he is a fascinating character. Apparently made some ridiculous sum of money from this marketing thing he had done recently. I don't understand all of what Alex Hormozi does, but I wanted to do something here. And I had fun doing it, working with layers. I think I did this in Clip Studio Paint as well. This guy has such a kind of a stark look, and I thought it might be fun to do that. Anyway, so I may even, because right now my energy is moving towards doing influencers, brand influencers, who I think are leading the way towards what I'm trying to do. In fact, in the conversation I was having with one of my buddies today, we were talking about how, like, there are certain companies out there, the goal is to try to get a deal with Webtoons, and that's cool. Hey, sure, fine, get a deal with Webtoons. The issue with Webtoons, even though there's no issue with it. Some people hit, some people don't, most people don't hit, and that's fine. I remember at one point I had put the entirety of Maddie's Rocket on Webtoons. Basically, for almost a year, one or two pages would go up per week. It was pretty awesome. But not a lot of reach. And so what occurred to me was that, well, we are in a world where the vast majority of people on the earth are on some form of social media. As a matter of fact, let me do a search here. Gonna go, how many people are on Facebook? Oops, not Facebook. Facebook, man. Wow. Facebook. Oh my God. Facebook had approximately 3.07 billion monthly active users as of August 2025. There's only well, okay, hold on, let me check. World population. All right, so think about this. There are 8.1 human beings on the planet Earth. There are 8.1 human beings on the planet Earth. On Facebook. I'm not talking about any of the others. I'm just talking about, I'm sorry. There are 8.1 people on the planet Earth. Facebook has 3.07 billion of those people. Think about that. That Facebook has 3 billion people with active accounts, right? Monthly. 3 billion. Now, think about this. Webtoons, which is a great outfit, has 150 million, give or take, monthly users or daily users. I don't know. But it's just think about it. It's going to sound absurd. It's just 150 million. Think about that. That's Netflix numbers. How many Netflix subscribers? How many Netflix subscribers? All right. Netflix reported 301.6 million. That's not bad. That's not bad. 301 million. That's not bad. 301. That's pretty good. Facebook has 3 billion. All right, let's go to that was Facebook. Let's see. Let's go to Instagram. How many Instagram users? Okay. Instagram has 2 billion monthly active users. So you toggle between, I'm sure there's some overlap, obviously, but, because Facebook owns Instagram. Let's check out TikTok. Monthly active users. Oh, not bad. TikTok has 1.9 to 2 billion, right? So what that lets you know is that, it's going to sound crazy, Netflix only has 300 million, right? Webtoons, how many Webtoon users? Oh, wow. Webtoon Internet has approximately 155 to 160 million active users. That's a pretty good number, right? And one could say, well, it's a pretty good number, and they're focused because they're only interested in reading the comics. But it's only 160 million, right? Again, Facebook, right, has 3.07 billion. So why would you ask your readers to leave social to come to your website? You should do that. But I'm saying, if you're trying to make it easier for them, they're already there scrolling. I'm on the web now. I'm talking to you guys, and I'm literally on the web as I'm talking to you. I am not only consuming web content, I am streaming web content, right? So instead of me trying to go to where there's some kind of nebulous ownership overall, but Webtoons doesn't make a bones about it. They're going to want a cut of everything. Facebook may as well, but for the moment, promoting on Facebook is free. If you're trying to get organic reach, I mean, you can spend ad spend, but I don't do that right now. I'm just focused on just trying to get my work out and be consistent about it. But think about that. Facebook has 3.7 billion people on it, right? All you need is 10,000 of them. All you really need is 1,000 of them. And that, if you take into account that there are 8 billion people in the world, 1,000 to 10,000 people who will buy anything you put out, that doesn't seem unreasonable to me. So that's one. Two, since we know that point one isn't unreasonable, and this stuff is free, right? You got to pay your internet bill, but you don't have to pay for Facebook. You don't have to pay for Instagram. Their business model primarily works through ads because there's billions of people on there. You can get a TV commercial and outside of the Super Bowl. You're putting stuff up. Nobody's watching that stuff. Everybody watches Facebook. So why not release your strip to Facebook? Right? Just like a daily newspaper. Right? Why not release your work daily or weekly on Facebook? I mean, taking the Webtoons concept, but taking it farther. Right? Now, some people I know do that already. Right? But I'm just thinking about for the type of work I'm doing. I'm saying this, I believe, is possibly the move for me, and it's where I'm thinking about rocking. Okay, so I've blathered on enough about that. We're going to do a little bit more of our work here. Go back to Photoshop. So today, if you look at this, we've done 1, 2, 3 more panels, 3 more pages. So that's a lot. That's pretty good. So let's keep going here. Okay. So she's talking about the dark room. That's it. She goes down there. So right. Then she came resolutely down the steps. There's a Swifter car in the garage in the court. I don't know how to drive it. He said, I do. He said, I do. She answered. Right? So Madison Avenue, Harlem, late afternoon. Right? So here we go. We'll take the shot here. There we go. All right. This is Madison Avenue. Okay. Not far from Madison myself. All right. Here. All right. So this guy's intent. All right. All right. So we have the woman looking over at him. There you go. Okay. Okay. so they're speeding down the road. I think a 2-panel shot is good because it's an establishing shot. Let's see here. Central Park, 110th Street around the Harlem near. All right. So, yeah. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Do the street sign here. 110th Street. Okay, do, well, it's not. All right, I'm going to do that. There we go. All right. That's good there. So we are here, it looks like page 59 roughly. Let me check this right here. Okay, we're looking good. Live streaming. Thank you so much for those who chimed in tonight. Thank you so much, guys. All right, Twitch appears to be good. All right, Grow the Lord. I don't know what that is. Hey, homie, I checked your video. Seems like you're new and Kick not yet affiliated. Were you sharing your stream to kick me for you to gain? Oh, okay, this is a thing here. For right now, we're gonna be good. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Hello, all. Presently, just getting my feet wet. Okay. So we're going here, and I see what does that mean to add someone to your screen? Yeah, that you don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see. All right. So let's see. Let's refresh that. Okay, good. All right. So we got the car kind of zooming down the street sign here. That's good. Then I want the shot of him going down the big avenue. Okay. So this car here going down the avenue. Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, that's pretty good there. So here he goes up to this. I'm going to do this here. 1, 2, 3. All right, so they're in the car driving Bat Out of Hill. All right. you go. There we go. Then we're going to go here. All right, I'm going to take this one, reduce that down in size. There's good. Yep, I like that. Take this one. Also going to reduce this down in size. There we go. And I'm going to erase this one. I'll show you what I'm going to do in just a moment. Go here. There we go. Okay. So here. All right, then we're going to have him standing outside of the car. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing I had here. All right. Here's where it's kind of interesting here. This shot. This shot is where he's scaling the stairs, and I want that to be one page, repeating that motif from before. All right, it's 11:24. I think we've done enough for the night. Again, apologies for the late start. Had some other stuff going on, mainly trying to get this dadgum PC to work, but I think I'll be able to. I might have to get a switcher to make it work, but then I heard there's such thing as a software switcher. Anyway, you guys, Diesel Funketeers, you guys are so awesome. You give me purpose, even when I'm not, feeling it. You all like I can't let you guys down. Even if I go on, and even if I go on and don't even do it the way I want to do it, it's just that I do something, right? And that's the most important thing. All right, who is this? Here's my wife talking here.
Hi everyone, it's Melanie Maria Goodrow, playwright, astrologer, counselor, and friend. Well, that moon has moved into Aries, yes, which means it's time to get started. It's time to start that thing you've been putting off. It's time to be the beginning of something. It's time to be the motivator, be the person that's bringing the passion to yourself or to the projects that you're involved with. Okay, let's get started. And if you find that you're getting started and you get bored real quickly, you just have to restart and draw upon the energy of passion and fire that is the Mars element of Aries, which is where our moon is right now. Holla at you soon. Holla at you soon.
Very cool. So yeah, my wife is a trained astrologer, and she's doing it. It is. I'm so very proud of her for just taking that chance and making that jump, and she's doing it every day. In fact, I'm going to start my aspirational videos probably very soon as well. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, that's what's happening. Again, you guys are so awesome. I want to thank you for viewing tonight. It's 11:26, September the 8th. I will be starting tomorrow early in the day, somewhere between 1 and 3, and go for 4 to 5 hours. That is the objective. So that if I finish at 6 or even 7 o'clock at night, I'll be able to, take a break here or there because you got to get up and have the blood move through your body. But the idea of the objective is to put myself in a position where I can do my work, watch a little Alien Earth without bailing out on you guys, and just doing what I got to do. So that is, that is the key. That is what I'm trying to do. I want to thank you guys so much. I'm going to start up I was told I ended the show a little bit earlier yesterday, and we'll do it right.